Hey guys, welcome back. This is part 1 of 3, hopefully, in taking care of some temperature issues on my 9.5. So lately when I'm driving, I noticed two things happening. One, my temperature gauge would randomly go all the way down and read 0, then only after restarting the car it would read normal again. And two, when the temperature gauge is working, the car is very slow to warm up. And when I go on the highway, especially during colder days, the temperature gauge would read slightly cold regardless of how long I drove. And those are signs of bad temperature sensor and thermostat. They're very close to each other, and in order to get easier access to the sensor, which is that blue thing, it would be better if this radiator hose was removed. And this radiator hose and this connection right there happens to be where the thermostat is. So a lot of people, when they replace the thermostat, they also replace the sensor and vice versa. It's gonna be hard to film, so I'm gonna show a diagram of where the bolts are. There are 4 in total. So in order to get easier access to the thermostat bolts, I'm gonna move this pipe out of the way. And there's the last one. So I should be able to just yank this out. Alright. If you're looking towards the back of the engine, this is how it's orientated. So there's two 13 millimeter bolts here and two 10 mil right there. So, that was a pain. A quick trick is, if it's too stuck together, just remove this rubber O-ring first, and then it should come out. One really important thing is that you'll see a little valve, air valve right there. That is how the system bleeds itself when it needs to. So this has to be facing up like this, not like that. So when you put it back into the cylinder, make sure it's facing up. And right before installing the new thermostat, now is a very good time to do the temp sensor because it's right there. So undo this electrical connection right here, like that, and then that will take the 19 mil. So this is the new sensor. Here's the part number. If you guys have seen my previous videos, you know that I don't normally use original parts, but for mechanical bits like this, I always use original parts. One quick tip is you do need a deep socket like this one, because it needs to go over the electrical connector into this part right here. However, this is a 3/8 socket, and the hole inside is not big enough to fully seat the socket into the sensor. So I got this one, which is a 1/2 inch socket, and that one is good. So before you start this job, get the new sensor, make sure that you have a socket that's deep enough. And now I'm gonna put the housing back. One thing is you probably noticed this ground. Make sure you plug that back on where it came from. So I put the car back together and I took it for a trip around town, and there were no leaks or anything wrong. The car did warm up a lot quicker than it did before, so that's a good sign. I said in the beginning of the video that this was one of 3 parts, but I knocked out 2 of them because I didn't think the temp sensor and the thermostat would be this easy. So the next part is the heater bypass valve, which is a very common failure point for SAABs, and my car actually came with 2 extra ones, which proves that it is actually a big problem. So I'm thinking of doing the bypass valve delete mod, which is a highly debated topic in the SAAB world. So that will be on the next episode. So that's it for this video. But before I go, I want to share a small update. For those that are following my Instagram, you guys know that I bought a shark tooth front bumper recently, and I'm in the middle of repairing that. So stay tuned for that video. And recently I found a guy about 4 hours away that were throwing these seats out, and he was offering them for free. So I picked it up. They are heated and ventilated seats from a 2000 Aero model. And these are the rear seats, also heated. Mine are not heated, so this would be an upgrade. And also they're black, so that's always nice. These are not plug and play because I don't have wiring for the cooled seats or the rear heated seats. So I'm still doing my homework on them. I know it's going to be a really complicated project, so that's also another upcoming project. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.